Cannot do this. Look at Derek White. Look at his eyes. Your only focus can be the ball. You're looking for a screen right now. Look at Derek White looking for this screen. Well, all you're doing is backpedaling and going under and giving Trae Young an open three now. Bad drop coverage from Al Horford. Get your feet set and be in a defensive stance so you can stunt at the ball. You got to delay Trae Young a little bit. Look at this. All you're doing is backpedaling. Like, Derek White has no time to get over the screen because you didn't delay Trae Young at all. So now he's out of position. Okay, what are the Celtics doing here? Look, okay, so Sam Hauser is coming to guard Trae Young. That means Malcolm Brogdon's got to rotate up, Tatum has to rotate up, and Robert Williams is going to have to rotate here, and Marcus Smart takes Bogdanovic. Well, you can't just, come over here and double, and then no one takes Sadiq Bey? Okay, you never guard like this. You have to keep your man in front of you. Get your back to the baseline, so you're seeing ball and man. When you guard like this, well, now look at this. Look at this space that was just created. That's because you didn't keep Bogdanovic in front of you. And now you're calling for a switch about an hour late. Okay, the shot goes up. If you're Jaylen Brown, your first instinct can't be to go towards the basket. It's got to be, let's find my man and box him out. When you don't do that, this is basically a 50-50 ball now. Jaylen Brown is committing to this switch way too early. Look when Jaylen Brown concedes a switch here. Okay, he just conceded a switch. Trae Young hasn't gone anywhere. He's still on this side of the screen. So Malcolm Brogdon is obviously not ready to guard him. So now Trae Young can just blow right by. Okay, so Jason Tatum is playing on Trae Young's side right here. Okay, the worst thing you could possibly do is play off of him. First of all, it's Trae Young. So you got to get up. Jaylen Brown is coming into the gaps. If his feet are set and he's in a defensive stance, he'll be able to help and recover without giving up any threes. But Jason Tatum's going to do the one thing you just can't do, and that's just play a mile off him. Okay, this is Trae Young in the open floor. Why is Marcus Smart not getting up and being ready to guard Trae Young immediately? Why are you backpedaling? What was that? It's just lack of effort. If you're Jaylen Brown, you need to sprint back and get your feet set. You cannot be playing off your back foot backpedaling guarding Trae Young in the open floor. Look at how easy it is for him to go by you. Literally, it was like you weren't even there. Okay, what is Jaylen Brown doing here? Turnover. Why is Jaylen Brown not sprinting back? Trae Young is sprinting back. Look at Jaylen Brown. We want to go back to Atlanta for Game 6? Get Jason Tatum here. You got a down screen. You cannot go up the gut this way. You've got to chase over the top. Look what happens when you go up the gut. It's just wide open. There's just zero intensity from Jaylen Brown here. Get up and guard DeAndre Hunter. Why does Jaylen Brown just pause here? Look at this. Why is this space being created? It's because you're just not giving full effort. So now DeAndre Hunter catches his ball. You're not ready to guard him. Look how off balance you are. I guess we're going to Atlanta. Okay, if you're Sam Hauser and you're playing on Trae Young's side like this, you got to get up and force him. I guess Malcolm Brogdon's here and help. So you got to get up and force him into this help, because if he brings his dribble back this way, you're going to get crossed up because your feet are not level to each other. So Trae Young brings his dribble back, you're totally crossed up and out of position, wide open. Hey, if you're Robert Williams, you see your man setting a ball screen, you're supposed to be in drop coverage. So get over here, get your feet set, okay, so that you can stunt at the ball right now. You got to delay Trae Young a little bit here. You're just backpedaling. This isn't delaying Trae Young even sort of. Could that have been any easier? Cannot be hugging Bogdanovic. Look at Malcolm Brogdon. Because he's hugging him, look at the space that was just created. So now you're going to have to go up the gut of this down screen, which means you're going to get on the other side late. And look, so now your feet aren't set. And as you're going this way, Bogdanovic is about to fly off of another down screen that you're not going to be able to get over that in time either. And now Bogdanovic is open. Bad switch right here. If you're switching this handoff, then Malcolm Brogdon's got to get underneath Jalen Johnson. Look at Malcolm Brogdon. He's going over the top of Jalen Johnson on this switch. So now Jalen Johnson catches it, draws help, dunk. Another horrendous switch. Did Jaylen Brown call for a switch? It looks like he didn't, because if he calls for a switch, Hauser's got to get underneath right now. Hauser's late. He's going over the top. That brings a backside defender. That leaves DeAndre Hunter. Cannot get back to the middle of nowhere in transition. All four of these Celtics players are just standing in the middle of nowhere. How about Brogdon gets up here so he's ready to guard Bogdanovic and gets over? Instead, you're just standing in the middle of nowhere. If you're Derek White right here, you've got to sprint back 'cause you have to get your feet set. If you're going towards Trae Young immediately, that means that you're going to end up backpedaling. See, look at Derek White. Now you're backpedaling. You're playing off your back foot. You're just not going to be able to stay in front of him. That brings a double team. That leaves a Kongwu. If you're Jaylen Brown right here, when John Collins turns to post you up, just get up and battle for position. Look what Jaylen Brown does. Look at this gamble. Now you just gave up. Okay, Al Horford's not going to be able to guard Trae Young here. Look at his feet. Trae Young isn't going anywhere, and Al Horford just keeps dancing with him. He's not going anywhere. Okay, so what you need to do now is get up and force Trae Young into this help. Jaylen Brown is standing here waiting to help you. So get up and force him into this help. The worst thing that you could do is play off. This is more garbage drop coverage from Robert Williams. This is Trae Young coming off this ball screen. You got to drop higher here. Like, you got to get to the three-point line. You just can't gift wrap this. I don't know what else there is to say. Jaylen Brown is going to do the worst thing you could possibly do here. Why would you go across half court? Just get in a defensive stance with your feet set, ready to guard Trae Young. You're going all the way across half court. That means you're backpedaling. So you're just going to be backpedaling into giving Trae Young the game winner. Nice.